Good Sunday morning and a weekend. 13 unclaimed veterans will be laid to rest next month. The final salute will help honor and lay these heroes to rest. Now, we're joined with Lene Strovers joining us this morning to talk more about the event coming up on October 4th. So let's just start here. What is the final salute for viewers that may not know?
Sure. So Final Salute is a nonprofit organization that started about 8 years ago. And what we do is we find the unclaimed cremated remains of civilians, children, and veterans and lay them to rest. So many times people don't always pick up urns from the funeral home, or maybe they get lost in different places. And so we were seeing this need of, all of these urns just kind of sitting in basements or, not having a final resting place. So our mission is to lay them to rest with dignity and honor.
Over the last 8 years, how important has this been for family members and just being able to recognize those who have served as well? What have you seen over the last 8 years with that?
The very first year that we did this service, there was 3 veterans. We did not know what to expect. We just kind of put it out there on Facebook and thought, oh, hopefully a few people will show up. And there was a couple hundred people. The governor came, other people came. And after that service, there was kind of this sense of, that the veteran community really saw a lot of respect in this, and that we were taking care of people that didn't have anybody to take care of them. Many times, and I'm not military, but many times I hear, it's your brothers and sisters in arms. And so we are then still stepping in as their family and taking care of them.
And this year, 13 veterans and 1 spouse will be laid to rest. So I guess what's the specifics with this year's event?
Yep, so this year, like you said, the 13 veterans, and there's such a wide variety of stories in these 13, but they range from people who just died, a month or 2 ago, to we have 2 World War I veterans that we're laying to rest. So there's a lot of history. This year we have a gentleman who served in the Army, people who served in the Navy, and then the Air Force.
How has the event grown? You mentioned several years ago with several hundred people showing up, the governor showing up. What's it like to see this event grow over the years?
I always tell people, I don't think we'll do a service next year. And I've said that the last 5 years, and it keeps growing. It's just, I think there's a need for it. And it's become a community through not just Iowa, but now other states are wanting to do this too. So I just love how it's growing. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but it's very humbling to walk into a church or a funeral home and see hundreds of people that have taken time out of their day to honor men and women they never met, strictly because they signed that blank check to serve in the military, and now we can thank them for that.
And I want to pull that full screen back up here about the details about this year's event. Members of the public are invited to come as well.
Yes, we really want the public to come. That's the whole goal. And bring your kids to it. It's one of those things. This is a history lesson in the making. Bring the whole family, come out. We want everybody to attend.
What's the importance of honoring these heroes after they pass? You just mentioned bringing kids, allow them to see the history and what these heroes have fought for. What's the importance of that?
There's a lot going on in the world today, a lot of hatred and division and negativity. And one of the things that when I look at these 13 people, I'm looking at their life stories, and not once do we talk about what political party they were part of or what their faith was, anything like that. It's just basic humanity. And I think to see all these people come together from different walks of life and political backgrounds and religious backgrounds, we're all there for the same reason. And that's so important right now.
Very well said. Last question here for you too. The honor pallbearers have in this ceremony. Just explain that role over the last 8 years.
Yeah, so every veteran gets 3 representatives. So we have a flag recipient, a flag bearer, and then an urn bearer or pallbearer. And so those people are charged with that is now their veteran. So that's one of the things that we try and add a family to there. So each veteran has those people. So it's a huge honor to be chosen to be one of those people.
Awesome stuff. Well, Dave, thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. We really do appreciate it. And coming up on October 4th, so if people can make it out there, absolutely get out there, out at Lutheran Church of Hope in Waukee this year. Hey, what's coming up in sports?